And God, we do just ask that you bless our time here. Give us hearts that are ready to love and serve, Lord. I pray that we would see people as you see people. And God, that we love them so dearly. And God, we praise you for this community. We praise you for the way in which you are at work in people's lives. Lord, we look forward to how you're going to speak and into people's lives today. How you're going to use each one of us, God, just in the contact that we have and the conversations. So we give you all praise for every good thing. Amen. Amen. I don't think Common Ground was, as a local church, was necessarily the vision at first.
Yeah.
I think it was just, well, we don't want to just go into an area, present the gospel, and leave, but we want to do the hard work of discipleship. And I think as we were kind of formulating that, we realized, yeah, it's not down in York City that God's calling us to, but it's right in our own backyard, really, which was York Haven. It wasn't long before we really were saying, we want to reach the people that aren't going to ever come into the church.
We knew that people wouldn't come into the church, and then maybe it was difficult to go where they were at. What could we create as a common ground in this area that we could come together and actually talk to one another?
We did a lot of event-oriented stuff at first, which we realized after, about 3 years of doing that, we're not hitting the relationships that we wanted to. They weren't consistent. They weren't really going as deep as we had hoped.
And then Dan was asked to go speak at an event one time about what we were doing, and he came back with this book, Welcome to Dinner Church. And he read it and he said, "Oh man, Ken, great, you've got to read this book. This is exactly what we have been looking for."
We're really thinking about what would Jesus be about if he were here today, and that's kind of what started all of this. Is we were trying to figure out how to make meaningful connections with people in the community. This is the most fun I have all week, so why do I come every week? Is because I love it.
This is not a soup kitchen. This is a community thing where we want all the people involved. Rich, poor, homeless, we want them all coming. That's community.
It is becoming like a family. When people are missing, they are missed. So even though many of them, in the very beginning, had lived beside each other a long time, they didn't know each other. And we would hear conversations over a dinner table. I can't believe we haven't really ever talked, or we haven't been together until now, and we've lived next to each other or 2 houses down for the last 5 years or whatever.
It's just neat to see. I mean, we have senior citizens all the way down to just little kids running around, and it's exciting because when you talk about family, that's what a family is. I mean, it's literally seeing all the generations.
It's a great mix of age, socioeconomic situations, ethnicity. It's incredible.
We aren't in here in the community to convert people. We are here to share our lives with them. I mean, yes, share Jesus with them, but really be Jesus to them. And that really does make a difference, because not only does, in a sense, it takes some of the pressure off of, are we ever getting them to the certain point where they're saying the Lord's Prayer or something, but people genuinely respond to that when they see that you just care, that you're seeking the welfare of the community. That just makes a huge difference in people.
Initially, I was a little concerned about how the community would respond when, after the dinner, we did a story about Jesus. I thought, oh no, are people just going to get up and walk out? They didn't. I thought, oh no, are people going to not pray when we have prayer? And every head is bowed. And so it's really touching.
This gets us excited because we see Jesus at work. We see us at work for Jesus. We see things being done that we never saw in our church. Our church, Faith Covenant, has been here for 14 years. We had not one person from this community come in them doors and stay. Not one. Now we get 80-some every weekend.
Well, about a little over 3 years ago, I suppose, we were contacted by the men of Common Ground, and they wanted to come and talk with us, and they felt that God was calling them to York Haven to plant a church. My husband and I, when we came here, we wrote down our vision, wrote down what we thought would be, what we wanted to do here, what we wanted to see happen. And when they shared their heart, it was almost verbatim the same vision. As we kept coming closer and closer, we realized that it can't be we and they anymore, it has to be us. And so as we do it together, it seems to have more impact. I'm fairly old. And so sometimes when you get set in your ways, you have to be careful not to do that. I feel as though I need to stay open to whatever God wants to do. Change is inevitable, it has to happen. And I think God is taking us to a higher level in Him, and that requires change.
They won't have every member when it's all said and done, but the majority of them are serving with us, are there. It's becoming their church, and I think it's just simply amazing they're willing to do that. A couple of people have contacted me about doing something like this, and I think the first thing I tell them is share this with people, and then when you find others who it just hits their heart just like it did you, then form that team, then move ahead.
The thing is that when you get involved with ministry like this, I never realized how exciting church could be. This idea of actually being the church that God called us to do is just, it's amazing.
This is breaking out of the mold, and I like it here.